Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your Jis News for February 20. After ongoing negotiations with the government, the Jamaica Public Service Company has agreed to implement a number of measures that will cut the cost of electricity to consumers. Energy Minister Philip Paulwell told Parliament Tuesday that the JPS would be applying a 25% discount on the non-fuel tariff paid by the top 20% of commercial and industrial consumers.
Also, JPSCO has agreed to adjust the time of use discount they offer commercial and industrial customers for their off-peak usage. These measures will greatly ease the burden on the production and manufacturing sectors.
He said smaller and residential consumers would benefit from a $250 discount as an incentive when they pay their bills in full before the due date. JPS will also be changing its disconnection policy so that consumers will no longer be automatically cut off for missing the payment date by a few days. Service will only be disconnected for arrears over a month. Minister Paulwell said JPS was also working on 7 new systems to improve billing and collections and customer service in general. Once the initiatives secure the endorsement of the Office of Utilities Regulation, the minister said he expected these measures to be implemented by July 1. Meanwhile, the Energy Ministry has announced that the importation of certain energy-saving items will no longer attract payment of the Common External Tariff CET. The ministry prioritized a list of 16 items for the CET exemptions over 5 years, and Cabinet gave its approval this week. Among the items to be exempt from CET are compact fluorescent lamps, absorption refrigeration systems, including equipment and materials using solar, air conditioning chillers, and mounting accessories for solar water heating systems. The move will complement the GCT exemptions already applied to 31 energy-saving devices on June 1 last year. Minister Paulwell says, necessary as it was, that initiative did not go far enough, as some of the components and accessories for those items still attracted GCT.
These disparities, Mr. Speaker, could have lessened the impact of our energy conservation initiatives, as well as the efforts of the GOJ in promoting the deployment of renewable energy and more efficient technologies.
Jamaica is poised to gain tangible long-term benefits if all government bondholders participate in the National Debt Exchange, NDX. Senior Director in the Finance Ministry's Debt Management Unit, Pamela McLaren, says the NDX will go further than the previous debt exchange. Speaking at a GIS think tank Tuesday, she pointed to critical reforms like public sector tax and pension reforms, which did not accompany the previous debt exchange. She added that establishing an oversight committee of government and private sector representatives would also help ensure the success of the debt exchange.
If the program is going off track, there'll be early warning signals, and it is participative in that the committee will also be in a position to provide advice as well to the government of Jamaica. So there's a mechanism in place for accountability and transparency in terms of the program.
The NDX offer, which was launched last Tuesday, closes on Thursday, February 21. Meanwhile, government bondholders are being urged to participate in the National Debt Exchange for the good of the nation.
We're asking the bondholders to make a sacrifice. This is what we're really coming to you to ask you for: nation building, to make a sacrifice, and to ensure that we're not back here another time. This is not something countries do repeatedly, you know. So we have to make it work this time around.
The NDX requires government bondholders to exchange their old instruments for newer ones at a lower interest rate and at an extended maturity date. The transaction, which forms part of government's economic reform program, will save the country $17 billion annually in interest payments, effectively reducing the national debt. And finally, Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson has underscored the importance of partnerships in meeting the country's development needs. Speaking at a recent handing over ceremony for medical supplies from Food for the Poor, Dr. Ferguson said with the help of the private sector, government could achieve more.
My ministry is pleased to receive 200 wheelchairs, 4 theatre lights, 51 sofas, 40 hospital beds, and 2 stretchers from Food for the Poor. This donation exemplifies the true spirit of philanthropy and a sincere commitment to work in tandem with the government to help the development of the country.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.